So I'm guessing the last one with the interruption all went downhill. So, will anyone join for this one, or are people stuck in the last live? My disappointment in YouTube right now is beyond. I don't really have another device at this moment to add on to or to look at. So, see if it works. Give it one more try. Fucking twat. If there's any dickheads out here, any fucking humans wasting internet connection. I remember last time the parasites nearby using up the connection. Looking cretins about. People should be coming back now. People should be doing other stuff. Oh no, not at all. So I'm going to stand right now because what is the point sitting down if it's not going to work? You know, is that person using that phone outside looking up my internet connection? He's looking up my internet connection, right? Not in the mood. Did it drop? Oh yeah, it did drop. Absolutely. Can I just give it a second? I just want to give it a few seconds because I know YouTube doesn't like it if I swear in the first 7 seconds, okay? I'm going to start swearing quite a bit shortly. So if there's anyone who's very religious, you'll have to cover your ears. So before I do say or do anything, George, just let me know, George, can you see me right now? Can you hear me? Can you see me wave? Is that working? Just say yes or no in the chat and then we'll go from there, okay? Can you hear me? It's working, so you can see me wave. Mike Johnson, back again, okay? In fairness, Mike, it wasn't when you commented, it was just a bit before when something happened. It ended up, it said reconnecting on my end. When I ended the live stream, I checked at the Wi-Fi symbol and it was on like 2 bars or so. It really is embarrassing considering where I'm at. I'm not on a farm. I'm not in some super rural area. I'm not in a piss pot place either. Okay. I can't really reach out to somebody else. What do I do? Hopefully anyone that was in the previous live stream can carry on over to this one. In terms of reaching out to anyone, I can't really... technically, I could, but I would need to get my other device, which is downstairs. So, what I'm going to do very quickly for anyone watching right now, I'm going to leave the room. Oh, maybe I don't need to, because Strawberry's here. Thank fuck for that. I'm working on my truck, but I'm listening, so take your time. Appreciate that. Hope it goes well with your truck. Hi there, Strawberry. I know it's been a bit of disruption. It's probably a bit of a shocker as well for you, Strawberry. You know, my downfall, my internet connection. We're going to be talking about that in just a second because I'm pissed off, okay? I missed you too, Strawberry. But this time around, it's me with the dodgy internet connection. You know, I fix it all elsewhere, but it's come back to haunt me, some spirit or something. But I'll release it now, and then once I've said what I've said, then I'll move on to the all the talk, what I was going to say. Okay, so I appreciate your patience. But that fucking chair, move out the way, it makes me wet. The cheek that bastard of a Wi-Fi. Oh shit, sorry. I've just knocked my notes on the floor because I was when I was swearing, then I actually blew the paper off the fucking tripod. The reason why I couldn't say stuff before, because YouTube has a policy or guideline back within the first 7 seconds, you're not allowed to swear. But we're about, how long are we in now? Oh, I don't even know. 5 minutes in, so I can fucking swear as much as I fucking well want. Absolutely fucking ridiculous. You know, people say, oh, Warlike Wrath, getting frustrated with other humans? No, humans simply disappoint me. But technology, on the other hand, that's a different story. Absolutely pathetic. What a pathetic place. The fact that you go down the fucking street and there's not even any fucking 4G, 3G. Where's the 4G at? Where's the fucking 5G? It's nowhere to be seen. Absolute fucking wanker. This is fucking pathetic. To be honest, I've not really sweared for a long time, so I think it's all built up inside, to be honest. But, oh my God. The fact that I've got fucking bands beside me. I've got more bands than fucking bandwidth. Okay? Virgin Media is more of a virgin than I am. Fucking hell. Absolutely pathetic. Useless, incompetent cretins. Fucking bastard, twat, wanker. Mia Maven. Hi there. Welcome to the live stream. So I did do a live stream just before, but unfortunately the internet connection messed up, and this time around it was on my end, so I'm not very pleased with that. I'm just doing a bit of random talk right now, and then I'll resume back to the main stuff in just a second. Nearly finished. But you know, you go out to round the back, you go to the fucking garden, it's like the bloody outback of Australia. Shit connection, shit Wi-Fi. Fucking hell, I might as well be sent to Africa right now. I bet they've got better bloody technology than I've got. They've probably got fucking cleaner white teeth as well. Jesus Christ! Let me just face it. Oh my God. Why am I sweating as well? You got that fucking twat outside, the fucking internet case. What the fuck is he doing over there, fucking dickhead? He gets his guitar out. I remember I was in live stream last time, that little bastard. What are you staring at me? What the fuck are you gonna do? You get upstairs, you get your fucking little binoculars out, your little telescope. Piss off, you piss poor peasant bastard. Anyway, I like how the veins are showing more now. That's something. Okay, so I'm wet, I'm warm. I've already had a wash. I don't want another one, to be honest. I was going to wear a different top. Talking of partners in true crime, I was going to do like a reference to that, but it's a bit too warm to be wearing anything else. I am tempted to open the window at some point. Okay. Oh my God. Okay. Hi there, welcome to the live stream. Welcome to the latest talk on the Noah Presgrove case and Kenny Veach as well. Any questions along the way, we can add that on. Okay. George Chen says, do you have air conditioning there? Nope. For most part of it in the UK, they don't tend to have aircon in houses, and the way the houses are built with bricks and all that compared to other countries, it holds a lot of heat in. It's an absolute disaster. But it's not hot all the time. So it's one of those things, and because it's not hot all the time, it means the body doesn't have much time to adapt or climatize. If it was hot all year round, it might be more manageable. So yeah, that's another, I don't even have the whip anymore. Do you know what? Fuck it. If in doubt, and I run out of the whip, I pull another one out of the bag, and okay? I'm gonna whip that bipolar UK weather away, okay? More issues than my mind. Useless. Okay, there we go. I won't chuck it anymore because I don't want to hit the strawberry. Okay. Move that back just a little bit. Put my notes back. I can't believe I knocked the paper off before. Just because I said bastard, the paper just flew away. Must have been terrified. So, oh God, I'm so sticky. Anyway, welcome to anybody else that is present or joining along. Hopefully this live stream is working now. What I did do, I added on 4G on top of the Wi-Fi, see if it carries it just a little bit along the way. To be honest, I might have had more success using 4G when outside in the garden in the past, but the actual quality feedback and replay was not in HD. Whereas when I do it with Wi-Fi and in here, it is warmer. Oh my God, have you seen how red the hand is from whacking it? Wow. So, How's things, Strawberry? And anybody else present? Where are we at? So I'm going to start from the top again, just so nobody misses out on anything, try and refine it a little bit. There seems to be a thing with people obsessing over Jack Newton and his inconsistencies, or at least an inconsistency with the bedtime of when he went to sleep or when he didn't. It's important to know, of course, because it's interesting to see whether he was awake or not when Noah was present, and more so Monday morning onwards. Same would be with Caden Pressey, but with Caden Pressey, there's just simply more inconsistencies there. Why? Well, because he's said more, he's spoken more, he's interacted more, he's been more vocal online. So whilst the negative is there's more room for mistakes to be made and slip-ups, we've managed to learn more from Caden, even if it's not completely the whole truth compared to other partygoers. Shouldn't be expected for other partygoers to speak as openly if they don't want to, but in fairness, I can't be doing comparisons with others. So if people from the light side do come in and say, why are you attacking Caden? Why are you critiquing Caden? Why not do it to the other partygoers? Well, it's just not possible because the other partygoers just haven't spoken out. So there's a bit of a difference. Oh my God, there's that fucking plank walking around. He's gone. He's fucking... What a stupid bastard! What are you doing walking around the garden in fucking wellies? Are you on a bloody hike? You're in your fucking garden of short grass, you absolute tosser. You absolute tosser. Fucking hell. Some right planks about. Anyway. How am I? How am I, Strawberry? I'm a little bit heated. I'm a little bit warm. I'm a little bit tense at the moment. What's it? I got a tingle down the side of my cheek just then. Face. Anyway, what I forgot to do, Strawberry, apologies about that. Oh no, why? The internet connection, the live stream, that's all. That's all it is. Anyway, Strawberry, what I forgot to do was give me your hand. Yeah. Let me sit you down myself. I should have done that at the start, but then I got distracted with all this stuff and it started lagging out. Here you go, Strawberry, my Strawberry. Take a seat. Why the fuck are the Bane shown? What have I done? There you go, Strawberry. Yeah. Are you seated? Pull the chair just a little bit. Are you comfortable? Hold on. I don't know, it's a bit too hot. Whoa. There you go, Strawberry. It's got a bit of red. You want that behind you? Okay. Whew. There we go. So I'll just give you a bit of a cushion if you want to sit on it or not. Anyway, try and continue now. I don't think there's a fair comparison between Jack Newton and his inconsistency, or a couple, with Caden Pressey's, when one has said more, done more, made more mistakes than Jack. You can't compare. But if that's all you've got to work with, I can understand holding on to it. Strawberry, thank you. Don't look at my legs this time. No, don't worry, Strawberry. No, I won't be. Okay? I would use a blindfold, but don't have it. Must have been used elsewhere. Very nice. I do need some water then. You make me dehydrated, Strawberry. So I don't know why I'm subconsciously looking down there now. Bloody hell, Strawberry, what have you done to me? You've got me subconsciously looking down there. It's only a radiator. I'm looking at a bloody radiator and that's it, but it's radiating a lot of heat. It's not even turned on. Ooh. Whatever do you mean? I don't know at this point, Strawberry. I'm not sure what brain cell is working or not, but somehow I'm talking to radiators now. And I'm making more eye contact to the radiator than I am with an actual person. Let's focus back in, or should I say myself personally. So I don't know if I mentioned it before or if I mentioned it in the live stream just a bit before. Some people come at me, and maybe more so from the army page, will say, well, why not do a comparison, or why not look at the others? Stop going after Caden. Stop harassing Caden. Stop attacking Caden. Look at the other partygoers. How am I expected to do that when the other partygoers haven't publicly spoken that much or posted much? What can be done? And those people have been quieter because they've chosen to. They've made that choice. Fair enough. It is what it is. If more people were like Caden, would it have been better in this case? For a more fair, balanced comparison and deep analysis, absolutely from my perspective, but it just hasn't happened. It's very unfortunate. The only other way of balance is if everybody was quiet online and didn't talk, including Caden. And then it's all resolved in the background, but I don't know if that would be any more successful or not. So there is that. There was a post by, well, a repost, I believe, by Michael Facecast a day or two ago to do with a screenshot of a comment made by Stevie Howard in the past, claiming there was no service truck whatsoever because it didn't show on the minimar or cameras, and it would need to be there for the service truck to pass on by. But my question would be, if there was no service truck, then why is it mentioned about Cash Allsup was at the scene and that he was in a service truck? Where did Cash Allsup come from when driving down the highway? We've got 13 people present. Welcome. Share your thoughts and opinions and whatnot. Back, I wish the live chat would actually stay up on screen. That would be nice. That's what happens when you do it horizontally. The chat doesn't remain on screen. I would do it vertically, but I don't know if people are watching on tablets or TVs. The screen aspect ratio would be a lot smaller, to be honest. Stevie Howard saying there was no service truck. Well, you've got to take in mind it was a comment made by them in the early days. In the past, maybe outlooks have changed since. But all I'm familiar with and what I've heard is Cash Allsup at scene, Cash Allsup with service truck. Caden Pressey mentioned, I believe, a service truck earlier, but maybe inconsistencies with the Cash Allsup one. I don't know if Stevie Howard was referring to countering Caden Pressey. I don't know if Stevie Howard was specifically talking about a certain time of when service trucks were there and were not at all. It was a little bit vague, but I'm still interested about no one's found or seen what I've seen. I don't think many people remember when Stevie Howard mentioned something about cameras present, cameras not working, but then cameras were working at one point when Texas boys were leaving shortly after Noah had left. I just remember something along the lines of that, but I can't find it anymore because the post or thing isn't there. But yeah, it's very quiet, isn't it? Just start whispering. I know some people have said about doing ASMR. I might have a better chance doing it that way than talking normally. Hopefully the live stream hasn't frozen or anything and people can still hear me. Hey, Strawberry. Hey, I hope you're warm, but not too hot. I've got a bad feeling tonight's going to be shit in terms of sleeping with the heat. I'll probably go to sleep a little bit and then I'll probably just stay up. Depends how bad it is. If it's really bad, I'll probably just stay up all night. I think, fuck it, because I really can't be arsed forcing myself to sleep if I can't sleep. Strawberry, hi gorgeous. Hi my beautiful Strawberry. Beautiful as always. Amazing, more by the day. Or seconds pass by the day. Does that even make sense? There we go, we got Jeremiah. I can hear you. That's good to know. Welcome back to the live. I don't know if we'll get any new people showing up or if that's only when I do the vertical aspect ratios. I don't know if you need any water, Strawberry. It's not strawberry though, it's apple and elderflower. No sugar, all good. We got Brenda, welcome. I don't think Brenda was present earlier when the live stream, the other one was half working. What's even more funny is that particular live stream is saving right now and it will be uploaded, so it's just going to be like a throwaway 5 minute random live stream, which, to be honest, People click on it, be thinking, what's that all about? See, I just find it so weird how people can do live streams, pull them out the backside, and then hundreds are watching. And when I do a live stream, it's like radio silent. I wonder if YouTube has blacklisted me. I wonder if YouTube has silenced me, because live streams can just show up anywhere, you know? Live streams can be all over the place online and people will find it. See, I just find it so ridiculous. There's billions, millions of people on this planet and hardly any can find this particular live stream. Hundreds and thousands of people interested in the Kenny Veach case, yet not really any or many can find this live stream. What the fuck is going on? It's pathetic, the algorithm. The algorithm is absolutely a joke. Really is. TikTok is no better either. And look, this is what the reality is. More so degenerates, random people online will be quick to say, well, a video, a live stream won't perform well if the material is shit, if what you do isn't good enough. But how are people to know whether it's good or bad if they haven't watched it yet? If they choose not to watch it because it's bad, you have to watch it in the first place to know, right? So you might not get much engagement, but, you know, if 10,000 people say, well, it's bad, that's why it's not performing well, those 10,000 people would have had to have clicked on the video to actually find out whether the quality is good or not. So when people do try and give the counterpoints with time, it's just a joke. Strawberry Ref, I have to look for you. Wow. So Strawberry, you're subscribed to my channel, correct? So do you ever get notifications when I post? Mia says, by the way, Mia, good profile picture. I'm very interested in the Kenny Veach mystery. Your coverage of the case has been very thorough. I appreciate that. Bagao is back. Dodgy live earlier. Strawberry says yes and no. Wait, so Strawberry, you're subscribed, but you don't get any notifications. The only thing that I can suggest is when you go onto my channel page where it says subscribe or something, either unsubscribe and then resubscribe and make sure all the notifications, the bell symbol is turned on. But, you know, I mean, of all fucking YouTube doesn't even notify my Strawberry. The fact that YouTube brought Strawberry to me in life and now YouTube isn't even notifying them. How incompetent. Strawberry, you'll have to get your lawyer out and sue YouTube for being useless as usual. Oh my God. The way YouTube has treated me in the past, that one period where it lasted for 5 months of censoring my videos material. Oh my God. I'll have to tell you about that Strawberry some other time. It was pure hell. Yeah. YouTube, ooh, really, really are cancer. Anyway, besides that, I will add on to Kenny Veach a bit later if more people show up. So another point that was mentioned, and it was actually a screenshot, a comment made on, was it Facebook, I believe, reposted on the review page on Reddit of No Presgrove. And someone, name, profile picture blurred out, who knows who it was, said, I saw a Snapchat of them losing Noah Presgrove at around 3 in the morning, then finding Noah laying upon the dirt road around 4 in the morning before he died. But the Snapchat was deleted. He was wearing no shirt, no shoes, but blue jeans. Not once have I ever seen Noah Presgrove wear blue jeans at the scene. Blue jeans. Who was wearing blue jeans at the party? Brylan Sweat, I guess. Pepe, was he? He was wearing blue something. What on earth is that about? Has anybody else seen the random comment which was reposted onto the review page of Reddit? A Snapchat of partygoers losing Noah. Why would partygoers be losing Noah if Noah was the one that walked off in the first place? But they're saying about this Snapchat of Noah being lost was at around 3 in the morning. What? Now, Caden Pressey said he was told by Jasmine Milan 2 to 3 in the morning is when Noah walked away. Everybody else has said 3:30. Did Noah Presgrove walk off more than once? And the first time round, it was between 2 to 3, and he returned back. If that was the case, it wouldn't add up with his claim of went missing, lost, people searching about 3 in the morning, finding Noah laying in the dirt road going down to the party house. And that was around 4 in the morning. So what? It took 1 hour for party goers to search about, an hour to then find Noah upon the dirt road in open sight. What? Before he died. So what? Nothing nefarious, nothing dark or sinister, just that Noah was laying upon the dirt road. Doing what? Asleep, injured, hurt? No hard evidence, no context, that's just what was claimed. Could it be about another person, another case? Who knows? But it was just posted on the review page recently, and it's very weird. It stands out. Not seen any response, not seen any follow-up. Makes no sense whatsoever. So for anyone watching, I want to know your thoughts about that. The snap being deleted, and that Noah was wearing no shirt, no shoes, but blue jeans. Why is Noah Presgrove wearing blue jeans? Never heard, never seen that before. It's really dumb. Why do I feel like this technology is not working? I'm going to stand up for a second because I'm just aching a lot. And it's too fucking calm. And open the window as well. There we go. Hopefully that works. What else do we have on here? Accounts by partygoers are incomplete. That's what I would say. Accounts by partygoers do feel incomplete. That it's not like I can do like the same type of video. I can't do like the same type of video as other stuff. I mean, it's just because I'm sat on a wooden chair. It's interesting, Strawberry, how other times I can be sat down on that chair. So let's say if the chair is over there in the corner, or if I'm just sat down, it's somewhat comfortable. But the moment I'm sat down to do a video, oh no, it's not. Interesting. I call BS Noah wearing blue jeans at the party, exactly. So it's making me think, could it have been a mention by someone talking about a completely different party, maybe a completely different person, or could it be something to do with, I don't know, what, Brylan Sweat or another party girl that may have been wearing jeans? God, the thought of wearing jeans right now. Ugh, I never would wear jeans personally. But in this weather, the tightness. Whew. Right, yeah, there we go. We got the cool air. Come on in, cool air. Come in here right now. I need cooling down. I'm too hot. I'm too hot, Strawberry. I need cooling down immediately. You can tell it's hot because the way everything's so... well, you can't really see it on the hands, but it's just the veins themselves. When it's really hot, it will show more, but if it's cold, it's not going to show. The only thing that will show will be the chest area there. 15 people. There we go. We've finally got a bit more activity now. Returning back to the numbers where it was before. Oh no, we're back to 13. Great. Way. Great job. Tornado. Oh no, Burgow. Oh no, we've got a tornado coming through. Okay. What else do we have here? So, if anyone said to me about, oh my God, fucking nosy little twat. As soon as I open the window, nosy twat present. Spencer, I'm freezing. What? Are you cold? What? Up north, it's cold. Lucky you. Awesome Destroyer, I joined, and he is giving us a grey shirt reveal. Always something new. Ah, was it? I don't know if it was you, Awesome Destroyer, that mentioned about a fit check, or someone mentioned about a fit check. I'm gonna spin round. I can't even fit in. There we go. Does it show? Yeah? Is that enough? Who knows? I can't even fit in the camera. Oh well. Oh my God, what's that guy doing out there? Brenda, anyone here recall seeing a screenshot in the army group last year about seeing Noah on dirt road in jeans? I do. Ah. A screenshot in the army group. I do. Right, so what you're talking about, Brenda, I believe is what has been reposted on Reddit just recently, what I saw myself. But the name was blurred out in the profile. Andrew Culver. Like, Ref, how you doing? I'm doing okay. The beginning of the live stream was a little bit shaky based on the shit internet connection and all that. But besides that, looks like we're back running now. I'm going to pretend I know lots about this Noah Presgrove case, but is he like alive or dead? So the Noah Presgrove case is kind of treated as a kind of like a true crime related one. He is dead. As for the actual outcome, that's unknown of officially. Some people believe it's accidental, other people believe it's outright murder and foul play. It does share similarities with Kenny Veach, as in kind of a rural area. The mentions of trail cameras and all of that. So yeah, there is a bit of that. The sound is real shaky. Oh no, not the audio now. What's going on? Mia, I'd love some cold weather. It's 113 degrees over here. Oh no, that's a lot. Oh boy. My God. Welcome to anyone else that has joined along this live stream and whatnot. I could sit on the bed for a little bit. I used to do the videos sat on the bed, but there's no backrest. I'm going to pull you in just a little bit closer. There we go. Hopefully, that'll do. Wait, if you say it's 113, I'm guessing that means Fahrenheit, maybe? Hottest temperature that I experienced was a test in the greenhouse, and that was 131 degrees Fahrenheit. I was in there for about 30 minutes. Awesome Destroyer, this is going to be bad to say, but I wish we knew if Kenny was dead. Fair enough. Noah, it's different because you can confirm he is dead, yeah, and get rid of that puzzle solving, but Kenny is not really alive or dead at this point. And to be honest, that is the best way of wording it with Kenny Veach, because people can say suicide, people can say depression, but no body, no blood, no firearm, no bones, no hard evidence to say he is dead. Some evidence to say he's still alive, but not everybody may go along with it. Andrew Culver, 113 must be 40, right? So for me, I was 50 plus or something in temperature when I was in the greenhouse for 30 plus minutes as a test after a 40-minute workout non-stop. Managed it. Not fun, but it was just a test. There was a bit of a nice breeze, but I don't know if that will stay or not. I really hope so. I only tend to have the window not open just in case there's any background noise. Awesome Destroyer, you work out. I never knew that. That's a good line, that, to be honest. Oh my God, that's actually pretty funny, that. Yeah, Awesome Destroyer. I've only just started working out. I started a couple of days ago, lifting a few weights here and there. Slow progression. I've got a long way to go myself personally in lifting weights and trying to build muscle. But just see how it goes, really. Yeah. Andrew, do I even lift? Well, just about, you know. When you start off at the beginning as an amateur with little to no experience, well, it's going to be a long road ahead for me. Humid, absolutely, it is the same here. There's more evidence of Kenny being alive than him being dead. That's true, Andrew. Not everybody would agree with it, of course. And you remember Andrew Culver when it came to the Dylan Round case or something, when everyone kept getting you mixed up with me because of our names. Oh my God. Warlight Raf is shredding for 26. What does that mean? What does that mean? Oh my God. It was funny, Andrew, because there was times where people would be calling me out, but I'd be like, oh, well, there's another Andrew about it. Are you talking about him? Are you talking about me? Play a little bit dumb. A bit naughty, to be honest. Jeremiah, 107 here in Arizona. Wow. Crazy temperature and weathers. Welcome to anyone else that has joined us live stream. I'm just currently standing because it's a bit too warm to be sat down. Even before Dylan, it was confusing. Yeah, it is in a way, isn't it? And it's the fact that people would, get mixed up between me and you, and yet, at least based on usernames, yeah, your username, Andrew, is Andrew, but my username is Warlight Raf, so I'm just surprised, Mia, I do not believe Kenny took his life, okay? Too much points to foul play. Anyone that had access to his home and could have typed "help me" over and over on his computer to throw people off the trail. It is interesting what you say, Mia, because I've not really seen anyone mention the possibilities of accessing Kenny's computer or laptop to stage it as needing help. And look, this is the interesting thing is, Kenny Veach may have typed "help me, I need help." But at the end of the day, when it comes to online, how to is a very important popular used search term. How to bake a cake, how to clear the mind, how to exercise, how to start a YouTube channel, how to explore, how to hike. Help me learn, help me grow, help me change my diet. It could have been anything really. If it just meant help me, that could have meant anything. So there is fair points to mention. Awesome Destroyer, if you can lift, then you should try and lift strawberry over your head. That's a very interesting suggestion, Awesome Destroyer. Would I be able to lift strawberry over my head? Awesome Destroyer. Wait, Raf, he wrote "help me" where on the computer? So basically, it might have been you, Awesome Destroyer, when you were inquiring about Kenny Veach's phone, what was found on it, or if somebody else was asking. We don't know personally. But it was mentioned, whether it be news articles or somewhere, it was mentioned, definitely, that searches were done on Kenny's house. They accessed his computer, his search term history, and it came up with "help me." That's it. Help me can sound like a plea for help, desperation. Help me can mean anything. Kenny Veach may have needed help with certain stuff. Don't mean to say complete suicides. I think those that are trying to push the suicide and push the link to the "help me" search results, we need a bit more context behind that. Strawberry says he already has done that. Fair point. And it won't be the last time either. Because it's not just about lifting or pressing strawberry above my head, it's about carrying strawberry as well for as much distance as possible. Because, I don't know if, what am I trying to say? I don't know, but we got Larry present. Welcome, Larry, to the live. Currently sat down on the bed instead of the chair. Hopefully I don't get backache, or that'll be something else with the body. I'll have to curl strawberry, do some squats as well. Build a bit more muscle up in the leg, maybe. Anyway, it's important to talk about Kenny Veach here and there. Just want to make it clear as well, that's what we can mention. Andrew, was she too drunk and couldn't walk? No, the thing is with Strawberry, she is a really good person. She doesn't drink, but, with covering maybe long distance at times or standing up for too long, the legs can get a bit sore. So what I do here and there is I pick Strawberry up, carry them either on my shoulder over my shoulder, or really anywhere possible, even like a backpack, and then I'll just walk for as long as possible, and then, you know, they get to relax. It's worked so far. I've not fallen over. Let's just see. Awesome Destroyer. Okay, hear me out on this. If he used Google to type that, either way, couldn't he have done that on his phone in the desert as well? But because the two accounts are linked, it showed up on both. I'll be honest with you, Awesome Destroyer. When I had an Android device and I was using Google and I was signed in as myself, what I typed and what I searched on the mobile did not save on the computer as in search history. The same with Google Earth. When I type in Google Earth locations on mobile, it will remember it for the next time unless I clear the search history. But it will not copy over onto computer, even though I'm signed in completely. It just will not. Andrew, we know back then there was no cell reception. You mean in the desert area? If you're talking about near the mine shaft, wasn't it J Chuck and maybe SB Vegas Adventures that were able to do live streams out there? Of course, time has changed and maybe technology has improved. I don't know about the signal reception improving though over in the desert area. Also, Destroyer, you would know what saved and what didn't in that search history, wouldn't you, Ref? Well, from my experience, what I search on my phone does not cross over onto the computer unless you're on an app, social media, and have an account in which whatever you post, comment, like, bookmark, add to playlist or favorites, whatever you do in terms of that on a social media platform, on mobile, on tablet, on computer, it will carry over on everything else. Brenda, you have to sync a cell phone to a PC for both devices to retain searches. And to be honest, I don't think Kenny Veach probably would do that. Andrew, you're correct. Ref, the live streams. Danny, Andrew looking fresh today. Hello. Now, I don't know if it was you, Danny, or somebody else that wanted a fit check in terms of the top or something. I did it before, but I'll do it again. Why not? Not that there's much going on because it's pretty basic. Got the window open just for now. Very warm, personally. Oh, Danny says that wasn't me that asked for it, but nice for it. Well, there you go. You're welcome. I am stand up as well, just to stretch. It's a lot better because I don't know. Show the pecs. Well, in terms of exposing them, not the right time, but in terms of, well, I don't know what would be done. There you go. They can move by themselves. There's that at least. All right. Hey, Andrew Culver, don't get too carried away. Don't get too excited, okay? Yeah, they do squeeze them together. They do look a bit. There you go. A bit of depth to it. All bloody creased. Does it move? There you go. You can see the ripple. Then I was squeezing. I can't really do it, can I? It won't work, will it? I can't be doing it. Strawberry, come on, Raf. What are you doing to me? What? Strawberry, what are you doing to me with those dangerous looks of yours? Let's not forget that. Okay. Fucking hell, I'm shutting that window. Hold on, Andrew Culver. Fucking hell. Andrew Culver, careful, Cleo will be getting wet. Well, I hope not. I do not want Cleo to be getting wet on my watch. No, 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 definitely not. Bloody hell, Andrew. What are you on? I'm just catching up on other comments. Awesome Destroyer. Now I know what you see in him, Strawberry. But I'm going to steal your man. Whoa! Awesome Destroyer. Going to destroy, I don't know, coming in. Competition going on, some little auction house. Right. Andrew Colvett, with your comment, if you summon Cleo into this live stream, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Andrew, I rock up, fuck shit up, go missing in action for about 6 months. Right on, mate. Crikey. You need a fast rattler right now. Always coming in. Ooh, Strawberry. Yes. Come on. I like that tension from you. So does that mean I'm going to be auctioned off or something? Auctioned off in my own live stream? That's interesting. Very. I was making a little mention to the notes here with no Presgrove here and there. Oh well. Awesome Destroyer. Raph, I'm going to steal Strawberry from you and steal Strawberry from Raph. I'll have both. Whoa, whoa. Easy there. Whoa. Well, it's a very interesting scenario that, but I will say, and this does apply in most situations, just give me a second whilst I try and sit down and not fall over. I'm not going to allow anyone to get a hold of Strawberry. If anyone wants to get a hold of Strawberry, they'll have to move me to the side first. Okay? And that'll be rather interesting, regardless of what gender may want Strawberry. Absolutely. I guess we will see, of course. So welcome, Donna Bond. If you didn't know Donna Bond, there is a current competition going on. People want Raph, people want Strawberry, people want to take them hostage and do whatever. Donna Bond, are you the next bidder? Are you too busy painting your house? But, yeah. Awesome Destroyer, Brett, what is this out of nowhere? Your squeaky Alvin and the chipmunk voice disappeared and you got this deep who's your daddy voice. Being honest, I've not noticed it myself. That's interesting, isn't it? Raph, I'm going to Oklahoma in August. That sounds good, that. Take care. Hey, Strawberry, would you say you've noticed it, the change? But then again, maybe when you first came across me, I don't know what my voice was like. A very interesting observation, though, Awesome. So, in the past, I had a very squeaky voice, then it disappeared, and now I've got a who's your daddy voice. Am I everyone's daddy? The thing is, there was a time, there was a moment where some people thought that I was their daddy. For some reason, even Cleo addressed it that way too. I am no one's daddy, but I will be your master. And speaking of which, Mitch has shown up. Awesome Destroyer is traumatized. And it just so happens, Awesome Destroyer. Squeaky voice back then, and now I'm now known as Dr. Warlike Raph. The appointment room is always open, and counseling sessions are present as well, all under control. Bergau says, no, Raph, not daddy to me or master. Of course. Of course. Because Bergau, what am I regarded as there? King of the sea, Poseidon, controller of the fishes, and the water waves, and I send all the fishes directly to you. Awesome Destroyer, master to strawberry, clearly. Well, there are times and moments where you might look and think, oh, one is the master, but could the other be the mistress? What's really going on? It's a very deep mystery, isn't it? Will we ever find out? Well, who knows? I like how I'm the one getting all intense and everybody else in chat is so casual. Fucking hell. Donna Bond, I'm me. That's what's wrong. Well, as you know, Donna Bond, when you take a bite or inhale the presence of wrath, it consumes your body, it consumes your mind, and you're a different person, are you not? Mia, I feel like I'm in the Black Dagger Brotherhood chat room. Is that a reference to Skyrim, Elder Scrolls, Assassin's Creed or something? I don't know. Awesome Destroyer. Nah, saying weird things like that belong on something else and not YouTube. Well, it's just one of those things, isn't it? Cow bingo. Interesting. Very interesting indeed. The interesting thing was, if my voice was higher pitch in the past, I would have been 20 years old. So, that's interesting. Oh, Raf, someone wants a cow patty gift. Really? Raf, have you watched Black Mirror? It's on Netflix. I feel like you'd like it. Well, I don't have Netflix, so I wouldn't know. Very interesting. Awesome Destroyer, dang, Raf, Mitch is stealing your girl. Well, first of all, she's not my girl, she is a lady. And secondly, she can think for herself. In terms of stamina, no one else will compare. In terms of depth, absolutely not a single presence will compare that. What's this? Mia, it's a steamy series of adult romance books. Ah, okay. Well, the only thing what I can say, Mia, whilst I might have not looked at those books, and most definitely I have not looked at 50 Shades of Grey either, supposedly. Some of my ASMR videos, people have commented on them in the past and said, oh, do you have experience there? None whatsoever. In terms of the 50 Shades, not at all. But who knows? Maybe I am that one to turn 50 Shades in comparison to other things as family friendly. Ooh, really? Strawberry, oh, really? I can think for myself. Of course. Awesome Destroyer, stamina. Since when could you run? That's a fair point, that. Because in terms of running or jogging, well, that's not my department. In terms of explosive sprinting, short distance, I can do that. Mitch Strawberry is a brilliant sweetheart. Also, shout out to Mitch, because I don't know how long they've been present for in the chat and whatnot, but they've never caused any problems, so it's all good there. I don't know if Mitch is present anywhere else on the Facebook pages or whatnot, but all good there. Awesome Destroyer, giving her permission for Strawberry to think for herself is crazy. Oh no, that's not giving permission, it's stating a fact that they themselves, that their own power, their own control, their own intelligent mind, their own creativity is what stands out. I guess some humans don't always understand my language and wording. But in terms of what I'm predicting in my head right now, oh yeah, I know where things will go. Anyway, what should we focus in on next? It's a very interesting situation. I'm going to open the window again. I can feel the heat building back up. There we go. Quiet chat now. Well, to be honest, it was quiet to begin with. It is what it is. Not everybody wants to chat. Some people just watch in the background. Strawberry, I quite like Wrath thinking for me. How's that? My house filed a PO on me. Protective order. Oh no, Donna, I'm so sorry to hear that. No, but in all honesty, in terms of Strawberry and their mind and what they have to say is always valued for sure. You know, complete respect for them. Mitch, yeah, I don't know what the hell's going on with Donna Bond's House and Walls. Donna Bond, same here, Strawberry. Raph is better at thinking. I appreciate that. Strawberry, Raph, my angel. Awesome Destroyer, my mind is never valued. But the reality is, Awesome Destroyer, your presence in the Kenny Veach case over time here and there has been important. And that it shows in itself, Awesome Destroyer, just by the simple fact of there's over hundreds of thousands and millions of people that have passed by my channel, watched my videos on the case, and yet I still remember you very clearly, and your comments and your responses and your outlook on the case, your counterpoints to Susan Veach, etc. If your points, well, that seems like a good thing. Well, of course it's a good thing, because take time, Strawberry. Donna Bond, rolling rat. Wait, rat laughing my ass off. Oh my God, Donna Bond, have you got rats in your house? Or did I misread that? Who's your daddy? Who's yours? No, I haven't, Donna. I don't take anything or use anything. I don't drink alcohol either. I just stick mainly to water and fizzy drinks here and there. That's mainly what I do. That person did in the background. Hopefully the lighting is reasonable and whatnot. What else would I like to mention? No Presgrove related if people are still present. So, you know what, if I did a map analysis, wording it all out from a point of view of someone from their own experiences and account at the party and what they've heard and seen, or what they've seen of others more so at the party, I could not do what I've done with Caden. I wouldn't be able to do similar to what, you know, like what I've done with Caden Pressey in the map analysis of the party and how things unfolded. I couldn't do the same thing like that elsewhere with the other party goers, because the other party goers just haven't spoken up much. Other party goers have mentioned little snippets here and there. Carter Combs about the shower situation. Jack Newton on the estimated time of death, 4 in the morning, and the mention of when going to sleep, and that was basically it. Anyone else in between speaking out? Renee Milan, but not even at the party. Jasmine Milan just simply talking about on behalf of the Snapchat post, a follow-up to that. Awesome Destroyer, it's strange, I is still finding new articles from Kenny Veach that are from like this year. Is that so, Awesome Destroyer, as in 2025? I mean, me personally, I've not found any of 2025, but if you have, I'll try look again, because what I do like to do on my channel as part of the series is just catch up and clear up any misinformation along the way, because most news articles don't bother, well, they just don't bother doing the research. Now, this is wild. Someone Newsfinky says that Kenny disappearing is just a Blair Witch Project ripoff. I don't know if I've seen that myself. I don't know if there was an article talking about that, comparing it. If so, I probably have already done a video on that. But unfortunately, it's not just with me. There'll be other YouTubers and other hikers out there who have not been acknowledged by the news or others that should be doing the research. It's so weird. People will stick to the basic original story just because it's by default and design, but they will not acknowledge the extra stuff along the way. What time are we on out of interest? Not too bad. I might end it at 22:30, the time. We'll just see how things go, because I'm sure there's a few other little notes here and there. What time? So I don't know if Joyce Bergow is still present, but the timing of when did Texas boys leave and the mention of certain times. Did I? I thought did I write that down? Oh, it was mentioned later on. I wonder why I wrote it twice. Maybe it was just a general point made. Mia, yes, some of the latest YouTube videos on Kenny are complete, utter, infactual crap. And you know, to be honest, even if people didn't give me credit, you would have thought people would have been desperate to use some of my material and findings just so then they can grow themselves. But other people are just outright like talking as if there's no information or material out there. As if all we have is Kenny Veach was depressed. Kenny Veach set out into the desert. Kenny Veach did not return back. Girlfriend claims to report him missing 2 days after. Factually, the police report states 7 to 8 days later. That is not normal whatsoever. If you have a loved one that's gone missing and you just sit back and do nothing after that many days, and normally say the first 24 hours is most important, well, obviously not to her then. It's as if you're not report it too soon because you want to spend that time in covering it up, helping, assisting Kenny get elsewhere. Or you want to report him as late as possible as a missing person to ensure that his chances of survival are so low. Sounds bad, but why else would you leave it so long? If you knew Kenny was only going to go for a day or two, and you thought, well, we'll leave it for 7 days in total, who would think that's a good idea? Got loose hairs on me. So we don't know truly in terms of the Noah Presgrove case when Texas boys actually left, but in terms of timing and suggesting that it was 2 in the morning onwards, possibly. We've heard the mention, might have been by Brooke Bounce Carter, or at least another person at least, commenting on Texas boys helped give the party girls a ride about when searching for Noah, unsuccessful but driving about and down the highway to the first sandplank crossing. Awesome Destroyer, wait, 5 months ago someone made a Reddit based off Kenny. This is actually kind of interesting. 5 months ago, that is interesting. Well, tomorrow morning or when I've got time, I'm going to search that up and I'll try and find it and have a look myself, see what's mentioned on there. Trying to figure out who may have posted and whatnot. Interesting. The mention of girls arguing on the porchway in regard to Noah Presgrove. Ever since it's been described just as a rumour and not backed up factually. Not seen any hard evidence. Was it Caden or was it more so Justin Roy that commented on a person recorded the girls outside arguing? Who was that person recording them? Why has it not been posted public? Is it sensitive material? Is it true that the last place Kenny was seen was at a theatre? Technically, yes. I mean, he probably would have been seen at some point on the day he went missing, as in leaving his house and going on elsewhere. But in terms of the last thing that he did before that, It was at around 2300 hours, I believe, when Kenny and his girlfriend at the time had finished at the movie theatre, and Kenny explained to the girlfriend what he was going to do the next day. But when they were at that movie theatre that night, on the 9th of November, they were watching a movie, something to do with birds or spreading wings or escaping, being free and open, and people saw that as a symbolism. Jeremiah, this is the video about the science behind the MK vibration and why they suspect he went in and he was overcome by CO2. Mia, exactly. It's a biased narrative based on his ex's account of things. That's like yours, SB, Natal, Sean, and others' factual information. And I think, Mia, the main driving point as to why people will believe a so-called person that claims to be the girlfriend online over people like us, Jeff Clark, SB, Sean Horlacker, J Chuck, J Silverheels, Outpost Mojave, Scott Natal, and anyone else in between, is because the supposed girlfriend is a mental health expert in the field. So basically, people online that are yes men, yes women, if they hear that girlfriend say, well, I'm this and I'm that, or if you do your research and then you find out what they are, and they say, well, because I know Kenny and he had issues and he had that, that's likely what the case is. And people will say, well, you're a mental health expert. What you say must be true because you know everything. So we'll just nod our heads. It can be a form of compliance, but it's also a psychological effect that if you appear to know more or you have a certain presence, then other people around you that don't know the answers are more likely to look up to you and just agree with it. There is a psychological effect about it. Videos like yours and others. Sorry, autocorrect sucks. It's okay, I understand. Brenda, did Texas boys, no Presgrove case, did Texas boys look for Noah on foot whilst the girls rode the side-by-side looking? Well, what's been said, Brenda, from what I've heard, and I can't remember if it was Brooke Bounds Carter, because I'm sure Brooke said, no, I never said that, but I'm sure I saw some comments by some key people that the Texas boys were driving about and the girls were given a free ride, passengers to search about, but not walking. That's what I remember hearing. Awesome Destroyer. Okay, this could be far-fetched, but there was a body that was found but never identified 4 minutes from that theatre who wore clothes that are very similar to Kenny. Is that Sam? Year and a half after Kenny went missing. Okay, fair enough. Is there an article? As well, the movie theatre where the body was found, was it the same movie theatre which Kenny attended? Because unfortunately, were we told what name of the movie theatre it was? I believe I did a video about the movie theatre, but I can't remember if I did pinpoint the exact one or if I just typed in Las Vegas movie theatres and then selected a random one and then started talking about it. Hey Strawberry, how are you? You got your drink? Hope you're enjoying it. Okay. So the girls arguing on the porchway, very important, I would say, but absolutely no hard evidence. It's not good. Others say, hearsay, basically, well, someone recorded it, there's footage of it. Well, I don't see it. Yeah, and I have a fruit. Oh, do you? Which fruit do you have, Strawberry? Let me know. Jeremiah, look up this video about Kenny here as a title. Scientists finally solved the Kenny Veach mystery in 2025. Okay, well, I'll definitely take that into consideration. Awesome Destroyer, never stated name, just there being 3 to 4 minutes from where the unidentified body was found. Fair enough, fair enough. And that's the weird thing. You get these cases where an unidentified body is found, and at times you never get an update either. There's not always an update article, and you think, well, if they're going to report on it in the first place, why can't they at least give an update afterwards? It would make sense. Now back to Caden. Oh, Caden pressing. Strawberry, grapes, raspberry, and yogurt. Ooh. Look at you eating up. I hope it's nice. As for me, I've only got water beside me. Yeah, I'm not eating anything at the moment. Oh shit, I was supposed to have a protein drink because of doing an intense workout. It's too late to have one now. I really should have had one, but I forgot. I completely forgot. Yeah, another thing I want to talk about is a bit like double standards in a way. I think I can hear a helicopter outside circling about. Oh no. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. Maybe it's a good thing I didn't have a protein drink just because of the weather. It could have given me stomachache. I don't know if you can hear the helicopter. It's like a buzzing sound. Can you hear it? Where's it coming from? Where is it? Oh my god, the room's gone so dark. Couldn't see it then. The helicopter is looking for me. I wonder why. What have I done? Police helicopter. Yeah, Spencer, it definitely was a police helicopter. For sure. Well, if it starts circling back, then I don't know. Maybe the police helicopter wants a shout out. Maybe. Yeah. So when it comes to humans, specifically just a couple, in the case of Noah Presgrove, when people attack me, when people use deep fake AI technology and apply it upon me. Awesome Destroyer, Ref is too jacked. The FBI needs to get rid of you from the public eye. My goodness, I'm jacked. I thought I've only started working out a few days ago. Must have been a fast transformation. Must be taking enhancements to transform that quickly. But Mitch, Donna's house got a protective order on you too. They're coming to serve it via helicopter. Yeah, the helicopter's coming on in, chucking down the papers, and I've got to sign them. Got to sign a contract. Not allowed to read the small print either. Oh God. What does the contract secretly say? That Warlight Raf isn't allowed to wear tight-fitting tops because partners in true crime will copyright it. Rob will. Oh no, what am I going to do? Okay. Need to study up on Noah's case. Well, take your time, Jeremiah. If you go to my channel, you go to the playlist section. It's in order of the coverage that I've done on the case from the very start, looking at some articles, reading it out, supposedly factually in some way, the autopsy report and some other bits ever since. But I do find it interesting that what people do to me on YouTube and others think that's okay. Not everyone, but some. Yet if I did the same type of post or videos on them, that would be deemed and considered nasty, bad, an attack, and I would be punished for it very lightly. But it seems like anyone can do anything and everything to me, and nothing happens, no consequences. But if I ever rely on other things to do the right course of action, they won't, they will fail me. Some humans will fail me, but they will certainly take action immediately against me when I do nothing wrong, but somehow claims are that I have. So I do find that reality completely warped, but that is my reality. It really is pathetic. And, you know, other people can say, yeah, well, the people out there that like the attacks on me and stuff, but they would get defensive other times, well, they're just idiots. There might be, but have they always been idiots, or are they just idiots when around me? Will they be idiots in the future? Will they pass on the idiotic genetics onto offspring? What's the deal there, really? Did I just see... What? I don't know if it was my eyes flickered for a second. I swear I saw a Watcher of Crazy comment then, but maybe I didn't. Maybe it's just my eyes playing tricks on me. That's crazy. Raf, the unidentified wore 2 pairs of pants labelled Columbia Sportswear Company. Low cut size boots, button down shirt label, Old Navy underpants and socks. Found, I don't know, but to me this seems like Kenny type clothing. I think Kenny Veach, did Kenny Veach wear Fruit of Loom, or was that just the underpants that were found in the desert by Scott Natal? Probably. Mitch, hypocrites all over the case. Absolutely. For sure. For sure. Lots of hypocrites. What else do we have? But yeah, I'm sure if I did similar response videos as to what other people have done to me in the first place, I would be deemed as the villain. The comparison to it is, and I'm being realistic because I like to be realistic, if I was to be raped and I just simply said, hey, that's not right, that's not fair, I would be labelled as the rapist. How? Because that's reality. It makes no fucking sense whatsoever. It's the equivalent to YouTube. It's the same as YouTube. Spencer, YouTube have copyright rules, 3 strikes and you're taken down. Yeah, to some channels at least. Others can get away. Awesome Destroyer, is Atari one of them? As in what exactly? I mean, was there a time, Awesome Destroyer, when you got on well with Atari more so than others? I do remember things to some extent with time. What I do know is, there is a fact is, regardless of what happened with people and if there's any switches or changes, that I still remained consistent in covering the case regardless of how I was treated. I do remember that. I hope, Strawberry, you've not spilt any yogurt on you. What else do we have? It was Brooke Bounds Carter that did a response. May have not been directly to Michelle Ray Brummett, but it was acknowledged that the sand plank crossing and the access to the quarry is the party house and the field fenced off from it, so can't get to it. Awesome Destroyer, not me, but you, that's all she ever told me, was that you did untrue and wrong things. That's very interesting. Strawberry, I have. Oh, bloody hell, Strawberry. How did you manage that? You got all yogurt on you. Do you want me to lick it off and clean it? My Strawberry, what are you like? Anyway, Mia, true, sadly, most humans are idiots. Yeah. Strawberry, I have boobs in the way. Understandable. Understandable. The thing is, not everybody will be an idiot on this earth, and not everybody on this earth will be a bad person, but just in general, depending what situation you are in life, if that's all you've experienced or come across, it will be hard to have a clearer outlook. But thankfully, somehow, by some miracle, when it comes to YouTube, with, yeah, the videos that I do, people come and watch and people go, but, you know, people that do stick around tend to be good people. And same mindset or wavelength as myself and vice versa. So it's like YouTube or something magnetizes a collection of people present. So then people, like, if I'm saying, oh yeah, humans are idiots, humans are incompetent at times, and another person may come along and think the same way, and then you realize, oh, well, you're a good person, and then they may think, oh, you're a good person as well. And then you finally find decent people. Awesome Destroyer, so does Raph, don't worry. Yeah, I mean, if you didn't know Awesome Destroyer, my chest size is about 46 inches. And that's not when I'm pressing them together either. But supposedly there are claims, recommendations that I supposedly need to wear a bra. Supposedly. Awesome Destroyer, the whole room is just black at this point. Your hair is blending in. All I see is your face. Well, at least it makes it easier to find a focus point, at least, just to look at my face and only my face. Because unfortunately, maybe for some, it's the only thing to look at. So sorry to traumatize people. I would put the light on, but to be honest, I would have to shut the window and it would get so hot again. Mitch, so much emotion all the time, it makes them seem dim. Yeah, that's the problem with cases, and it don't really matter if it's true crime or mysteries. Over-emotional people can be problematic. Being emotional isn't a bad thing, it's positive and needs to be acknowledged, but people that get over-emotional and then step in the way of a case or investigation, slow it down, slow down creators, add in roadblocks, they don't contribute any good there. It just makes it harder. A lot of noise, a lot of confusion, distractions, what they're doing, why. It doesn't help. I've seen it in the Kenny Veach case, over emotional people, but I've seen it more in true crime in general. It's a problem. If it does get too dark, and I mean too dark, if anyone wants the light turning on, I'll do that. But yeah, Strawberry, do you even have an extra spare pair of clothes after all the clothes that you've gone through with all the spillages? Well put, Ref. Appreciate that, Mitch. And the other problem is, Mitch, besides over-emotional people, it's the other humans that may make mistakes or, I don't know, see things incorrectly or jump ahead or get attacked because we're too open or too naive, and they get the hard reality check. And then afterwards, they repeat the same exact thing all over again. They don't learn the lesson. It's a repetitive, endless cycle, and yet they still complain. Strawberry, Ref, I left my spare ones at yours. Yeah, I forgot about that. You just wait there, Strawberry. I'll go and fetch you one right now. Don't go anywhere. I'll go and fetch you one. I'll have to. You can have this if you want, but just give me a second, okay? And whilst I do that, I will need to flip the camera the other way around, okay? Let's just see. Let me try and flip the camera first, see if it works or not. Does that work? Does it? I don't want the camera to fall. It's not working, is it? Fuck. You just wait there right now. Oh, bollocks. Wait there, Strawberry. Give me a second. Just close that for a second. I will. Do I put the light on? Not yet. Just give me a second. I can't even see anything in this light. Oh, fuck's sake. Why is it so impossible to see? Surely it should be there. But of course, when you want something, it's not going to show up, is it? It's not that one, not that one, not that one. But where else can it be? It's not that one. There we go. It's because it's so small. Give me a second. Nearly there. I hope this works. It'd be absolutely great, wouldn't it, if there was a reflection? Imagine if there was like a reflection or something on the screen. Oh boy, imagine that. The fun people would have upon a reflection on the screen. At least you get a nice night view of the sky to some extent. Oh my God. Okay. Nearly done. Hopefully if we put the light on, it should be okay. Is it? Or does it add a reflection? Maybe just a little bit. Maybe just a tiny little bit, doesn't it? Yeah? There we go. How aesthetic that really is. Sorry about that. I find it funny how more people join the live. I do find it funny how more people join the live when it's lacking context. It's really great, isn't it? So just give me a second. I just want to catch up with the comments. Awesome Destroyer. Raf, how come you are so like joking and then every now and then you become like very serious and dark? I don't know, I could be overthinking, but sometimes it seems like you're joking when you're not, I think. I don't know. So sometimes light-hearted and then other times like really dark, demonic, satanic. I guess it comes down to what happens and who. So we've got Cleo present. Cleo, you going to be on good behavior tonight, or are you going to be a bit problematic like how you were yesterday? Strawberry, awesome art. He's amazing, just sense of humor. This is random and a dark statement. Most of the missing kids, Walmart on the board. Trophy board for satanic sacrifice. Cleo says exactly what? Baddie Clee. Oh boy. Right, apologies about that. I never know when to play with him. Well, Cleo, with respect, I don't want you playing with me. I'm not a Care Bear. But in fairness, Cleo, you were the one, and as said, I do have screenshots, you were the one at one point to say that it feels like you're married to me. You said that in your own words. And there was other comments you made as well upon my channel, public comments at times. So, besides that, Strawberry, you still there? I can give you it right now. This is what I was wearing before. I had to change before. I had to flip the camera about because, you know, I'll play with you, Raf. How did a moth just get in there? Give me a second. Where's that bastard gone? Fuck off, moth. Where the fuck is it gone now? Where is it? Why is it not dying? Just die. Oh my God. Where is it gone? Give me a second. Absolute pain in the arse, this. Because trust the window to be open just a tiny little bit. Come on. Yes, you bastard. There we go. So, sorry about that. It's still clean. It's got a bit of blood on, but okay. So Awesome Destroyer will play with me. Is it all in the name? You're going to destroy me? Really? Cool. Hey everyone, been out of town. What, Cleo? Are you saying that you're married? If so, congratulations. Strawberry, that white top. What's wrong, Strawberry? Is it because you said you spilt yogurt on you, so I just thought you could have that one. If you want, I'll just give it to you now. There you go. Hopefully that keeps you warm. But I want someone somewhere to clip this, okay? Anybody watching right now from the Nerd Presgrove case, okay? Any single person, screenshot or clip for when, who was it now? When Tim Daniel made that light-hearted reference of, oh, is Warlike Raf doing a Rob Dorfman from Partners in True Crime with the tight-fitted tops? Not seen anything yet. Oh, those previous tops, oh, supposedly fitted like Partners in True Crime. Is it as fitted as this, though? I don't think so. It's completely different, isn't it? Let's move that aside. All shit in the way as usual, which is no surprise there. Is it a bit too warm? It probably will get warmer. Okay. People in good behavior. Is that so? Awesome Destroyer. Cleo, you're married to me now. Big shout out to Awesome Destroyer. Awesome Destroyer, you are free to have them. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Awesome Destroyer. Get in there. Rest in peace, the moth. Absolutely destroyed. Best top ever. Is that Sam? Well, I'm glad you appreciate it. Taking one for the team. That's what it's all about, Awesome Destroyer. I am proud of you. There you go, Cleo. 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 Awesome Destroyer is present now. Cleo, are you going to be able to handle Awesome Destroyer? Come on, Cleo. Where are you? Right. So I'm just got to bend down just a little bit. Bless their union. The union of we the people. Sorry, I do need to put this back just for a second. I forgot to do it before. Give me a second. It's down here, and the bloody hanger as well. Put that there. Just got to put it back and fold it up just a little bit to fit it in to here. Oh no, it's stuck. It's stuck. There'll always be a way to get back in. There we go. Oh, toys. Bits and bobs. I'm just standing for a second because it's just really hot right now. It's not made a difference, the top man. Raf, can I have that top? Of course. Yes, you can have it. When I see you, you can have it. Awesome Destroyer, of course, you want it strawberry. You just want that Raf. Scent. Very interesting situations here, of course. Where was I though with the notes of papers? So the reality is with the obsessions is people will have obsessions with me where they will attack and do what they do. But as soon as I respond back to some extent, or more so if I did what they did, I would be deemed as the absolute villain. But whenever they do their thing, oh, it's perfectly fine and okay. It's very interesting. So what? A person robs a bank, gets away with it. I supposedly rob a bank and, oh, I'm now most wanted terrorist out of nowhere. It's really good. What else do we have? Sandplank crossing, fenced off, to be expected, to be honest. You got land, you've got your land. What did I do so bad? Well, I'll summarize it right now, Cleo. The fact that at some times, Cleo, you were nice, you were kind, but then at times elsewhere, you suddenly turned on me in an erratic, out of control way, accusing me of things which I did not do, accusing me of talking or seeing somebody else when I wasn't, accusing me of hiding a female under my bed, even though my bed does not have an under piece because it's to the ground. How you made false claims about you being married to me in a public comment online, how you made false claims and comments about me being somewhat controlling, and on top, the mention of being falsely labeled as a narcissist. Now, the reality is for males in this world, when they're accused and labeled certain things by females, you know who's going to win 99.9% of the time, females. And male lives will be completely destroyed. And some males can take alternative actions. And it doesn't end too well, does it? The thing is, I can predict and I can see ahead of how damage and impacts can be done. And I take it extremely serious, okay? So I do need to do my response videos when needed and other times not. There was that time, Cleo, where you had alternative accounts and you lied straight to my face about it. And then later on, you admitted to having alternative accounts. And then you said, what's the big deal about it? So you're not even true, okay, truthful to my face. You switch up at times, you go cold on me, not comfortable with that. Then you demand or expect me to control your life and your routine and when you eat and when you sleep. Why would I want to do that? You are your own person. And that is it. So that's why I needed to keep my distance, to be able to acknowledge your presence, acknowledge your support on the channel, and keep it like that. Keep it somewhat controlled, because it gets a bit out of hand, doesn't it, Cleo, with your behavior at times. And unfortunately, it seems like you forget as well. But with my memory, I don't forget what people do to me, okay? Whether someone's a good person or a bad person, whether someone is a good person who might do bad things at times, okay? You do get cold, Cleo. You have switched up in the past. Right now, you may be appearing normal. Other times you may be quite positive and nice, and that's all good. But other times, you do change, you do transform, and you do become erratic. And I don't like that within you, okay? I do not like your erratic side. I am aware of what you do experience, but with respect to privacy, it doesn't need to be acknowledged. But in fairness, it's just not healthy for me to be around. I hope you understand that, Cleo. I've got to protect myself as well. With what I've experienced over time and in the past, I do need to protect myself. And if other humans, I don't know, don't like that, well then it is what it is. What other comments do we have? Bananas are first, then strawberries. Is that so? Strawberry. Well, I'm glad you like bananas. Awesome Destroyer. Cleo, we are getting a divorce. World record. Does anyone else just got to sing the banana song in their head? How to spell bananas? Mitch, that sounds like someone wanted to be dominated. Sorry, what are you talking about, Mitch? I've not been following the chat. Who wants to be dominated? Exactly. Oh boy. At least this time I can actually breathe. It was last time. Now, child support. What are we on about now? There you go. We got the high-pitched voice back in. And Cleo, what about last night or the night before, Cleo, with what you were saying in the live stream chat, the way you were acting up there? What I have seen, oh my God, what I have seen within the case with Noah is the usage of AI. Awesome Destroyer, yeah, clear it right there, straight up adoption, maybe some in jail time and get thrown at them. People have been relying on AI to solve the Noah Presgrove case or to learn, and honestly, I think for most part of it, AI is a cancer in this world, not just because I've been on the receiving end of it negatively, but just in regard to how it's used and what's created. It tends to be so much fakeness with AI. It's just not good, it's embarrassing. The fact that humans have lasted this long in this world and progressed this far because of humans, real humans in the first place, the AI aspect is just lazy, it lacks life, it's just not good. Awesome Destroyer, wait, people used AI against you. Yeah. So one channel from the Kenny Veach case days ended up creating 29 deep fake AI videos of me. And then in the Noah Presgrove case, another person's created 10 deep fake AIs of my face in kind of an insulting way. Did I give consent to any of it? Absolutely not. But did people do it to me? Yes. Has YouTube done anything about the recent ones? Not at all. They do nothing. Clear. I'm taking this all in. Ref, about the sleeping, eating, schedule, exercising. How did I act up last night? The eating, sleeping, exercise schedule is something that you created and you wanted me to plan it out for you. That's not for me to do, in all fairness, because I'm not your personal trainer. With respect, I'm not your psychologist. I'm not your therapist. I'm not some hypnosis dealer, okay? I'm just a person, okay? I'm just, I'm not a good person. I'm not a bad person. I'm just a person. That is it. Basic, right? What else do we have? When you're a YouTuber, it's bound to happen. To some extent, yeah. What I would say is Awesome Destroyer. The resistance and the attacks on me, it's not directly that bothers me. It's the fact that there's no consequences at all for their actions. And yet someone like me in life, if I do the simplest of mistakes, I will get absolutely punished. And it has already happened with time. One tiny mistake, I can be perfect 364 days of the year, or how many days, whatever. And then on that one day, one little mistake, oh, crucified, all out, right? It's ridiculous. If other people can do whatever and there's no consequences, and yet I don't do anything, yet there's consequences, how does that make sense? It doesn't. And furthermore, if I was a big YouTuber and getting attacked, here's why it is. With the bad comes the good, which probably exceeds the bad. But if I'm a small YouTuber or so, and it's just mainly negative, I'm not benefiting whatsoever, being realistic, okay? People are quick to say, oh, but if people impersonate you and if people recreate stuff on you, then, it's a sign that you're doing well and you're successful and you're growing and whatever. Statistically, I'm doing okay, but I don't compare to bigger channels. And yet if I'm getting this level of resistance, it's just unnecessary. That's how I word it, right? There needs to be positives that can come from those negatives, but there's no positives that come from it. These resistance and attacks don't lead to me getting any growth, don't lead to any traffic coming my way. It's done, things fade out, and then people repeat over and over again. It's pathetic. Clear. I'm just no good. Apologies for being dumb. It's not so much, I wouldn't say you're dumb, right? Because if there are things and other stuff out of one's control that goes on in here, that's not your fault. But just a level of boundaries, Cleo, okay? I do my thing, I keep to myself, you too, okay? Jam sandwich, welcome. I tell people I'm not a nice person, I'm a kind person because kindness isn't always nice. Fair enough, Jeremiah. So you've got to be careful because when you're a male in this world, if you say that you're a nice person, that will be deemed as a red flag. So to be honest, it's best, at least me, keep mouth shut, share it through action or something. Okay. God, it's getting warm in this. Bloody hell. Let's just see what time I'm on. Oh shit, right. So it's getting towards the end. I will need to end the live stream shortly. So I'm just going to add on the final notes, okay, before I go. So the mention of, you got people flexing information and family stuff. Family are in the dark. An anonymous post on Facebook. Do you really have people flexing information, sensitive stuff, which family don't have access to? Well, it depends. How are people flexing? Flexing with hard material and say, here's a photo, here's a video, this is what I've got. Or is it just people in their words claiming to have this, claiming to have seen that? It's more so people claiming, which is hearsay. hearsay flexing, not actual full-on flexing, as in someone's got a gold diamond watch, etc. Right? What's this? I'm okay, Jam Sandwich. We had a bit of a rough start to my live stream when the internet connection wasn't working. Welcome, Vensner. Strawberry says, or when people think you're kind, they can take that as your weakness. Yep. Kindness can kill, but kindness can be an open door to, in ways, being vulnerable when you may not aim to be that way, but other humans may take advantage of your kindness. Cleo, how was it bad behavior last night? Well, you were verbally answering back when it came to the long paragraphing, when I clearly stated an observation that at times you have come out of nowhere with long paragraphs asking for guidance, asking for routines, asking for schedules, asking for a day-to-day plan, which is quite overwhelming, and I don't think I'm qualified in that position to be doing so for you. Furthermore, last night, Cleo, you were like interrogating me about wanting compassion and attention and all that, but with all due respect, like with really any viewer present, there's only so much that I can do. There is only so much that I can give, right? Because lines should not be blurred and statuses should not be crossed when it comes to boundaries, right? Yeah, Strawberry doesn't lurk. Strawberry is very active in the chat, and to be honest, even if people lurk, it's not like how some lurk. Some people lurk and then they go elsewhere. Some people will lurk, go elsewhere, and then speak on behalf and whatnot. So, but there'll be many other people that will watch in the background because it's perfectly fine. You know, at the end of the day, if people just want to watch, that's fine. Not everyone has to comment. Not everyone has to always leave a comment. Sometimes people that just watch and listen can be a big compliment because they just want to sit and relax and take it all in and listen in. Other people like to just focus more on the chat. Some people like to multitask in between. It really doesn't matter. The only people that I do have trouble with are the lurkers, the real ones, you know, the minority that will watch on purpose, not say anything in a cowardly way, go elsewhere and then talk behind my back or spread misinformation and all of that. But when I say lurk, I tend to be light-hearted in the chat. Cleo, apologies, I'm sorry. The reality is, Cleo, you don't need to apologize because you have apologized in the past, but you did not change your ways or your actions. Your actions are more important than your words, so just focus on that at least, okay? God, it's getting so warm. What else do we have in here? Post on Facebook calling out Mike Johnson, not me, someone else. Mike Johnson is Brooke Bound-Carter's brother-in-law. I don't see any proof or evidence of that. Are people jumping ahead? Maybe. Bragging, supposedly, Mike, about knowing a geofence data access. I've not come across that myself. I've not seen Mike in that light. Not had any issues with Mike personally. So I know people have had some run-ins with Mike and maybe some people have a negative outlook. So claims are being made, but is it backed up with evidence? Another mention, expect to be harassed, doxxed, attacked when you're on Facebook communities. Someone made that reference in the chat comment section. Reality is, with really any true crime case, you don't even have to be on Facebook. It's more so on YouTube. You want to be doxxed, attacked. More so if you're a creator or an active participator as a viewer, it will happen. It's inevitable. Certain ways you can control it, of course, but it's just a dangerous place. Shark-infested waters. That's the way it is. You look at the paranormal community, ghost hunting, spirit boxes, demonic stuff, not sacrifices, rituals, communicating with ghosts, just anything paranormal, the community online, there's all kinds of drama going on there right now and a few months ago. There'll be drama with really any community out there. Where does drama originate from? Misunderstandings, friction and tension, and it just escalates. What else do we have? This isn't an excuse. I have ADHD, so at times I'm super random with my thoughts in chat. I try to be relevant. You know what, Jeremiah? Honestly, I would never have known that you had ADHD based on how you are in the chat. And even if you do have that, it's not a problem. I was more in communication with someone in the past that had ADHD, and it might be different for everyone. And they were a very good person. And, you know, even if they were a bit random, well, the thing is with me, just based on how I communicate, I can think of stuff or I can talk about stuff and it's so random and it may not link on to what somebody else was talking about. Not everybody will appreciate it, of course. You just got to find the right person or be around the right people, and then it won't be as problematic. Oh, we got Dale. Don't worry, Dale. I gave you a free membership a few days ago, gifted it to you. You owe me about 100,000 free memberships now. Is there something about Kenny? Well, we talked about that earlier. Small room AC with ice bucket and fan. Oh yeah, fair enough. I mean, having the window open was perfectly fine before, but unfortunately that moth flew in. ADHD people shout out squirrel. Strawberry, Andy, you're amazing. Love you to bits. I appreciate that, Strawberry. I love you too, all the way. Cleo, Ref, I'm so confused. Okay. Well, just for a second, I'm just going to take my top off. I'm going to change clothes because it's getting extremely hot, this. And then I'll be with you in just a second, okay? What I'll do, we've done a bit of a magic trick. So Cleo, not fucking hell, Cleo. Whoa. So Strawberry, is it okay if I take your top off and switch with this one because I need the other one back? We've been short sleeves. You can have this white top now, okay? Give me a second. Aim it there. Oh my God, I forgot my shorts are there on show. Fucking hell. Oh my God, the camera angle is so dodgy all of a sudden. Hold on a second. What can I do? What can I do? Put that there for a second. Or maybe it's not going to work. There's never any paper that will actually... Will that do? Nope. Hey, Dale, this is where one's caught with, what is it, stripy pants on or something? Stripy trousers? Is that new bedding? No, it's not. But it's flowers. Why is it flowers? I don't know. I just want the paper to... Hold on, it doesn't even... Hold on a second. This is not quite working to plan. What am I doing? I'm going to turn the light off. I don't know why I actually angled the camera there. There was no point to do that. Oh my God, why is it flickering the light? Jesus. Give me a second. Oh my God. It's stuck to me. Oh my God. Is it even on the right way? I don't know. I can't see what I'm doing, it's that dark. Right, put that there. Sorry about that. Ow. Just walked into the chair. Hold on a minute. You can see me just a little bit. I'm so hot. Oh no, I just realised I've got my top on the wrong way. Oh my God. Oh my God. I've got the... Will it show the tag? I've got the top on back to front. Dale! It's okay. You can see the light again. It's not pneumonia. Your vision is 20/20. Whoa, shit, I just fell off the bed. Wait, what's going on in the chat? Why am I out of breath? No peeking. Dale, be a good person. We've got a new individual on the scene, Dale. It's not clear. Epilepsy warning. Oh boy. Right. Whew. Who thought changing clothes was so exhausting? You hear that, Dale? Changing clothes is more exhausting than going up ladders and painting and decorating pointless buildings with white paint. Isn't that right? Strawberry, are you still there? It's not too bad, I guess. I just can't believe how hot it is. How am I supposed to be sleeping tonight? You need Crocs. Right on, Dale. Just go around the grain shed, get some grainy graham, see what we can find around there, mate. Right on. Strawberry, you said you wanted it. Well, I'll give you a demonstration if you want. You want it? Mm-hmm. There you go. There you go. Awesome Destroyer. So let me just answer this. So wait, Raf, does Strawberry not live with you? No, Strawberry does not live with me. I thought you were married. No, not at this moment. Water. Here is the guy in the picture holding a snake. Does he have something to do with Noah? Yeah, so welcome, Walter. The thumbnail, there is a red divide in the middle of the thumbnail split because, like with the title, it's split. Talking about Noah Presgrove case, talking about Kenny Veach case, and the Kenny Veach case is separate, okay? I just wanted to do a bit of a hybrid live stream, and I have talked about both cases tonight, respectfully. It's just because I do one case, maybe not enough people come in. I do another case, not enough people come in. So I thought if I do both cases at once, then maybe we can bring different sets of people together, maybe. Awesome Destroyer, is Raf the banana to your strawberry? Raf is a bit fruity. Well, Dale, do you want a fruit bowl or something? A fruit salad? Strawberry says, awesome he is. Oh, so I'm supposedly, the banana, sorry, I can't even keep up. What's that? Strawberry is the ham to my bread. Smoothie staters. Very smooth indeed. Not as smooth as Sharon's skin, though. Sharon? Strawberry? Oh boy. So, Dale, have you been on good behavior recently? Yes, Strawberry. Let's get some water. Ugh. This top is on back to front, if you didn't know. What a mess. You been? Okay. Can I ask you a question, Dale? Do I look better, Dale, wearing tops back to front rather than how they should be worn? You're the sausage to my hot dog. Aw. That's actually really nice, that. Okay. Okay, Strawberry. 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 Yes, Mitch. Call Strawberry right now. Well, not call as in phone call. I meant just get his attention. Okay. So, Strawberry, you are the vessels to my heart because without that, it would not beat. Okay? Where do I put this now? Is he the sausage or is something of his sausage? Oh my God. Dale, even his top's inside out as well. It's like a puzzle, an endless maze. I can't even fucking find it. Sorry. I don't know why the neck's gone a bit red. Why is it so red there? Weird. I don't know if you know, Mitch, but I've got a giant banana as well. I'll show you it just now. Give me a second. Wait, there we go. There you go. Giant banana. Why not? Sorry. Strawberry, what are you referring to? What are you referring to, Strawberry? Who's waiting on my reply? Or whose reply? Awesome Destroyer. Raf, I'm curious. I don't remember much from when I found this channel, but have I ever wronged you in any way in the past? I don't know why, but I feel like I have, but I don't remember. Okay, so Strawberry, she's confused. Well, Cleo, leave a comment right now and we'll continue. But I'll be honest, Awesome Destroyer, and the reason why I'm being honest is because based on your profile picture, sometimes because of the colour, it can get mixed up with another channel out there. I don't know if you remember the other channel. I think they had like 3 cartoon figures on the profile picture and the background was blue. I don't know if it was them. I'm not sure if it was you. One or the other, okay? Something to do with being on Atari's side when Atari had issues with me. I'm not saying that you did, but it might have been the other channel. It's just because of the profile pictures are kind of similar, right? But, you know, reality is, in terms of people's behavior in true crime compared to Kenny Veach, true crime's much worse. So it's okay. Dale, what happened to Maria? Maria Moyano, still about here and there, watches here and there, not as active though. You still got that? What do I have? Cleo, good question. The question is, Cleo, there's no reason to be confused, on a surface level at least, without much context, of course. I am a YouTuber, I do what I can, I do my videos and coverage, and that's basically how it has been for these years now. Oh no, please don't speak, Cleo. With live streams, I can invite people on, but that's before the live has started. But honestly, I'd rather just have my voice during the live streams because patterns and trends have shown that panels and channels don't end well. People overtalk one another, others hijack. It's not good. I have heard your voice, Cleo, so, you know. Very interesting times indeed. So people didn't know, as a heads up, video tomorrow, gonna try and show some never seen before, never released material. Cleo, that works for me, I won't hijack. Cleo, honestly, I don't trust you. I don't trust how you will handle yourself on my live. I do not want a Vanessa Salazar situation, okay, in which another human drags me down by the lack of their own self-control. Oh, we got Fazza. Right on, mate. Sugar babies. I can't get the words out. Apologies about Has Noah's case been solved yet? Not yet. Material based on what, Kenny? What material? Oh my God, that's a giant moth. Thank God that did not come in. Material, never seen before. In regard to Noah Presgrove, a snap. I need to mention that tomorrow with context, or some kind of context. I'll get into that. Wallet Ref. Is this the same video that George mentioned and Joyce said has a cone? Yes, Gem. It's not groundbreaking, I'll be honest with you, but it just adds a bit more context. It fills it out a little bit more with an important timestamp, okay? So I'm going to show it. No audio because there's not much to hear, only people over talking from holding the device. It's like from the same person and perspective as the Mikey Lair snap, where someone holds the phone up and then uses the phone to take a photo of the phone screen, okay? Might not be great, but it's better than nothing. Awesome Destroy. Well, Raf, the thing is, if you add her to the stream, you can just as easily remove her and ban her on the channel. I mean, I've never invited anyone onto a live stream, and honestly, I don't know how it would work. I might try it sometime, but maybe as a test. But it's just one of those things. What I sense, what I predict, what I feel, it probably won't end very well for me. There's been people at times that have pretended to be somebody else, ended up on the live stream, then flashed something on screen. Live stream was reported and shut down, and people got in trouble. All fills in. It's important, absolutely. Jam, definitely. Cleo, so I need to re-listen to all the bad behavior I've caused. Honestly, in terms of tracing it back and finding it, it would probably take too long, Cleo. All you need to do is just be the person that you were at the very beginning, you know, as like a supporter on the channel, trying to learn about cases and mysteries, and just stick to that. So it's healthy for you. In terms of any deeper connections, I think that's where it gets unhealthy, okay? It's just about maintaining a level of balance. I'm sorry if the camera angle looks like I'm talking down to you. It's just because of the weather. It's just too hot to be sat down. It really is. So I've got to stand up for a little bit and stretch. Apologies about that. New, never, of course, Strawberry. You say whatever you need to say, for sure. New, never seen before, no footage or text. The footage isn't of Noah and it's not text. It's actually to do with a different party girl that has not really been looked at before. Okay. And Mitch, it actually links on to, I believe, a comment made by Caden in a never seen before text message, which I probably showed or was going to show, so I can link it together, both. It's not groundbreaking. I'm not going to make a big song and dance about it, but it's something which has not really been seen before, so I think that's important enough. As a heads up, the video itself might be short, but that's only because I don't really want to drag it out too much. I'll just show what's needed and make some links if possible, and then just see how it goes from there, right? Well, it's been an interesting live tonight. I've managed to change clothes twice, which I've never really done before. Okay, that's understandable, Ref, in the beginning. Because what the important thing is to acknowledge, Cleo, excluding reaching out in terms of how you were in the early days, that's what made me respect you. Okay, Cleo? When it came to you sharing your thoughts on the case. And when I say supporting the channel, it doesn't have to be super chats or super stickers, just a general support in leaving comments here and there about the case or about ideas, theories, and stuff like that. When I first saw you, Cleo, when you showed that side of you, that's what I respected in you. But unfortunately, with time, when you got closer, I saw a darker side. and I didn't like that. Okay? So keep it at a minimum, keep it basic and just as a viewer, and it will benefit you as well. Because I know you mentioned something about wanting to feel free, wanting to feel open. Well, that's what you can do. Just like when it comes to channels, you can watch any channel that you want. You can go anywhere that you need to or want to. Find his gun, you find more clues in Kenny Veach's case. Yeah, fair enough, OG. It's just trying to find a gun in the first place. You'd expect the firearm to be on Kenny's body, if there is a body, if that was to be used on himself, or if that's the last thing he was holding. See, the interesting thing is, in a way, is that Kenny Veach supposedly abandoned his coins, abandoned his phone, but did not abandon his backpack, did not abandon his alternative camera, and definitely didn't abandon his gun. So he seemed to favour some items more over others, which is interesting. Okay, so I think shortly I'm going to do a countdown. To be honest, I would like to continue on, but it is getting a bit late, in fairness. It's nearly 2,300 hours. And I'd like to be able to just sit down and cool off for a little bit. I am really sweating right now. So hopefully that makes sense, Cleo, right? In terms of what was said. But it's not just about listening, it's about applying it. And it's not just about applying it, Cleo, it's about the consistency. Consistency equals routine. And with routine, your own routine, it means you're in your own control, which obviously that's what you want. And with a routine, it equals stability. And with stability, it will equal things being more calm for you, around you and in your mind. And if you're more calm, your mind may be more open. And if your mind is more open, it can mean you can think clearer. And if you can think much clearer, then you can breathe more. And if you can breathe more, metaphorically speaking and figuratively speaking, in general, you'll be at peace with yourself, most importantly. It can't work immediately, and it's not overnight. It will be with time. It will take time, but you will get there, Cleo. Okay? You just remind yourself, Cleo, that you're in control. You have the decision as to what you watch, where you go, and how you comment. Fazza, get a room, Ref and Strawberry. If I be honest with you, Fazza, there's no point in Ref and Strawberry having a room because the room would not be able to handle that much passion, okay? Need a whole planet, solar system, right? Awesome Destroyer. Wait, Raf, are my messages hidden? If you're referring to comments on the live chat, they're not hidden. I can see you. It's all fine. Yeah, I can see your comments, Destroyer. It's all good there. Why is my nipple getting hard when it's not even cold? Well, it's not hard, actually. It's very soft. I feel like I need another wash. Destroyer, how much passion are we talking? Okay. Well, in general, and not dodgy, in general, in terms of the passion and understanding that I have for Strawberry is bounded like a ring, in which it is endless, and I have the utmost respect and care for Strawberry, to the point of where, with my mind and my depth and my focus, that they're worth fighting for regardless of anything that happens in life, okay? So if you talk about passion or depth, it's to the point where I am able to disconnect my mind or even destroy my own mind because they mean a lot. Okay? There's not many humans out there that can go all the way in terms of mind, in terms of focus, in terms of many aspects, right? Yeah, bloody hell, destroy. You're going to show up when you least expect. Oh my God. Oh my God. Cleo, I understand. I do. Beautiful sentence. Thank you. You're welcome. But at the same time, Cleo, you don't have to thank me. You thank yourself for being able to be in a position where you're able to, I guess, take things on board and then just apply it. This is so sweet how you talk about strawberry. It's so nice. Oh, which person are you referring to, Jam? Are you referring to me in terms of how I talk about strawberry? It's one of those things where, I want to try and balance out the case, of course, but Destroyer is going to stand up and object. Oh no. Raf, you're silly if you think Cleo will actually change. I remember you having this same talk in the past and Cleo kept going. But that's the thing, Awesome Destroyer. If I am supposedly silly or unintelligent, it's just down to that aspect of the mind, as in not expecting, just, I guess, suggesting that maybe some people can make adjustments with time, and maybe it leaks over with the wrong person, Awesome Destroyer. But with the right person, in terms of my mindset, I will lock in. I have locked in, and I'll remain locked in. Fazza, what's happening? Just basically giving some general guidance to some people. Cleo, when you told us, who's us? What, general viewers, that you love her, I knew right away it was real. Okay. Well, in fairness, Cleo, if you knew right away that was real, as in how I see and how I feel about strawberry, then hopefully you can, how do I put it, maintain your distance physically and emotionally, if that makes sense. And that'd be appreciated. Yeah, the short story is, when I came across Cleo in the past, in the early days, because of them being somewhat positive, sense of humor, just as a viewer, that was all positive and that was good about them. But then we're seeing a different side to them over time. Even if Cleo might not remember it, I do, because I've got a good memory and documentation as well. It's just when I saw that other side to them, it just wasn't healthy for me. Okay, a bit too much. So I had to keep my distance for the sake of myself and for the sake of the channel as well. Muscle shirts. Oh no, Fazza, did you come across that white top before? This one. I did put it on a bit earlier, but in terms of the fitting, it was just a bit too much, to be honest. Hold on, apologies about that. Strawberry, I do have a name. What's that name, Strawberry? Oh, sorry. Yeah, strawberry means as in response to Cleo. Cleo says her means strawberry, but Cleo does not address strawberry's name. I get that. So I came across strawberry, I think maybe August of 2024. Commented with them on YouTube from August of 2024 before, so I've known Strawberry just in general, maybe like 9, 10 months or so. Cleo, I've adapted, I hope. Well, at this moment in time and before, you haven't, but hopefully you can right now from this moment forwards. Interesting. Ooh, I nearly knocked the camera just then. Bloody hell. Basically, came across Strawberry, who was, like, you know, some other people as well, very supportive, positive viewer, come on the same wavelength, and got on well. All natural. They came across my channel naturally as well because YouTube recommended my video to them, and yeah. That's a giant muff as well. So, if you still there, Cleo, God, that is a big muff. I can't really show it on screen because it's massive. Okay, well, it's a bit late now. I'm gonna do a countdown because I said to be honest, I was going to do it 30 minutes earlier, but we just let things develop. If you got any final words to say, Cleo, feel free to do so whilst I do this countdown. Hopefully, I never thought I could see you in love, and here I am surviving. If you feel like you're surviving, that would be considered a positive thing. So you always remind yourself of that, you know? So previously, when you felt it was never possible, you couldn't possibly think or be that way, and yet you supposedly are, well, then other things are possible as well, Cleo. Like, it's possible for you to disconnect from me. It's possible for you to move forwards and move on. It's possible for you, Cleo, to respect Strawberry as well, because they are a person themselves. Beside me, I know maybe at times not Strawberry, I know at times, Cleo, you may have looked up at me in some ways, but hopefully you can show a level of respect towards Strawberry as well. Are you able to do that, Cleo? Just show some basic respect for Strawberry and really anyone, right? Oh no, don't kill that poor little muff. Well, I'm not the other one because it's on the outside, but I did have to take care of one just before because it was all over the place. And, you know, I only had the window open just a tiny little bit and it managed to fit in, which was problematic. Big shout out to the people that are still watching in the background during the live. I know the end part may not be as good or whatnot, but, you know, I've read all the notes out on the case, bits and bobs too. Talked about Kenny Veach back and forth. And then just some, like, I think, I don't know if I mentioned it in the description. I probably mentioned it in the first live, which ended up spazzing out, but it was talking about other topics as well in between, okay? Strawberry is a national treasure, no matter what nation. I mean, in fairness, Jam, how would I word it? Strawberry's heart weighs more than the value of gold, maybe more than a treasure, maybe more than a diamond. God, my hands are burning. Ugh. just waft myself. I'm a bit cold. I'm not cold, a bit warm, to be honest. Of course, of course. Cleo, naturally, but right now, I don't know, because I'm still in love with you. So I'm going on about this naturally. Right. That's a bit awkward. Well, if you mean in terms of going on about it naturally, you mean naturally in disconnecting, being able to move forwards. Jam, the world needs more people like Strawberry. Yeah, that's probably true. That's probably true, that. Very interesting. On my forehead. Whew. So wet. Can I ask one thing, Cleo? One question, and hopefully you can answer it. If you're there, Cleo. If anyone does join in late and wonders what this is all about, or references, or it doesn't link to the case, or this or that, take in mind this live stream is open discussions and whatnot, and I prioritise talking about the case at the start of the video, hence the importance of it, and then did other stuff after. Okay, I appreciate that, Cleo. So my question is to you, Cleo, and I want you to answer honestly, okay? Do you, Cleo, ignore Strawberry's comments, as in her, as in who you reference? Do you see her responses? Do you choose to ignore her? Because I know you respond to me in the chat, which, yeah, I appreciate, but do you respond to her, or do you choose to ignore her, as in Strawberry? Because there was just a little bit of communication there with Strawberry, with a level of control, of course, and understanding, you might be able to move forwards, because the reality is, Cleo, Strawberry means you no harm. From the beginning, all Strawberry did was just be kind to you, as in saying hi to you and how you are, and it seemed as if you never said hi to her or even acknowledge her. Are you able to do that, Cleo? Or do you choose to ignore her? Just as a question, okay? Can you answer me that? Raf, each time you respond to Cleo, you're keeping her going. Now, if I don't say anything, it doesn't change. The difference is with me from most humans is I at least try to get a resolve, even when it seems unlikely. But my patience is outstanding compared to most humans out there, in fairness. But of course, there's always a limit, okay? There'll always be a limit where action will be taken when needed, for sure. but when there is the blessings from one, you don't know. Right, so Cleo, when I asked you, do you ignore strawberry, yes or no, you say you don't know. Okay. Is it possible that subconsciously you ignore strawberry because it conflicts with your mind towards me? That to address that crossroad of conflict in your mind in a way to unwind, you would be at peace if you simply acknowledged strawberry and knew that they mean no harm. Cleo says, I didn't know because it's not strawberry's fault or yours. Well, of course. Of course. Some could argue it's no one's fault. It's just an unfortunate situation. I am taken. It is what it is. But surely, Cleo, you can see Strawberry's comments, right? As in what she says. Surely, Cleo, you can see that Strawberry has never said anything negative about you, as in, you know, when originally communicating with you, but how you may have responded back. Wow, not even here for Noah. Sorry, +1, are you referring to me or are you referring to somebody else? Because if we're talking about Noah Presgrove, I've already made the notes here, okay? I mentioned it earlier on about the case. I mean, if you want a quick summary +1, we can do so. People's obsession with Jack Newton, the bedtime story, timing, the inconsistencies with it. People hold on to it too much and try and compare it to Caden Pressey's, but Caden Pressey has more inconsistencies than Jack Newton does. So there seems to be a level of desperation grasping at straws there. We've got Stevie Howard mention of no service trucks whatsoever. Well, there's no service trucks, yet Caden Pressey says there was a service truck. Who's right? But the mention of Cash also, that was present at the highway 6 in the morning onwards, who was in some kind of service truck. Why is Stevie Howard saying that there was no service truck? What's that all about? There was a mention on Reddit, which was a post from Facebook in the past, of someone saw a Snapchat of partygoers losing Noah at around 3 in the morning and then find him laying in the middle of a dirt road around 4 in the morning before Noah had died, but the snap was deleted and Noah was seen wearing no shirt, no shoes, but blue jeans. We've never seen Noah wearing blue jeans, so what is that all about? The accounts by partygoers are incomplete, really. Besides Caden Pressey, that speaks more in depth, maybe more inconsistencies with others, but at least he talks more, so you can plan it out more as a map analysis. In terms of the other partygoers, they mentioned little bits here and there about the shower, about maybe teabagging, about this and that. It's just not good enough, but people choose to speak as much or as little as they want. We've got to mention the girls arguing on the porchway, which is supposedly a rumour, never been backed up with hard evidence. The obsessions with me, where people are quite okay in attacking me and using fake AI on me, but, you know, in terms of how I may respond back and stuff, I'll be deemed as the true villain, which is weird. Sand plank crossing and the party house, as the field links onto it, it does not because it's fenced off, so people with the theories of they could have gone across and transported Noah that way, besides the highway, doesn't seem possible. The usage of AI in the case, which does not help the case really, it just fuels the idea of maybe golf clubs and certain death outcomes. What else? Cleo, apologies, Raf. I will respect your lady, but sometimes I'm just listening when on chat. It's okay to listen, Cleo. But maybe there have been, I do believe there were references at times, Cleo, where how you responded or addressed Strawberry, that's who they are, Cleo, Strawberry, not she, not they, but Strawberry, their name. In terms of how you've addressed her or responded, covertly, could have been considered a little rude, okay? Well, I've summarised that, hopefully +1. If you're still there, +1. Hopefully you caught onto those notes. The mention by Joyce Begau of the time of when Noah grabbed keys to get the side-by-side. Do we know the time of that? No. Did Carter Combs supposedly talk about it? Yes. But did we hear it from Jack Newton on behalf of Carter? Yes. Was Jack the one that heard it and saw it? No, Carter was, but Carter didn't tell the story firsthand. She told Jack, and then Jack told the story firsthand, even though it's not firsthand. There we go. Hold on, Strawberry. Hold on. Cleo says, apologies, Strawberry. So, that's all it takes, Cleo. Okay? I do appreciate that, Cleo. Okay? For apologizing, of course, but also for acknowledging Strawberry. That's good. Okay? First time ever. First time ever you've mentioned her name, and that's all positive. Just know one thing, Cleo. Of course, I'm not feeling what you're feeling, okay? But I do understand it might be difficult, it might be hard. It might be a bit overwhelming. But just know, Cleo, I am in extremely safe hands with Strawberry. But more importantly, Strawberry themselves as an individual, their mindset, their care, their attention, their focus is all positive, and not just to me. That's what makes Strawberry stand out. Towels for tears in this messy situation. You've got bloody toilet paper. Well, probably the only emoji that exists. Sorry about that. But Cleo, in terms of Strawberry, yes, how they how they're nice to me, of course, but equally with everybody else. More consistent there than I could possibly be, to be honest. Strawberry doesn't mean you any harm, Cleo, okay? Strawberry has never thought badly of you. I lost my Warlight Raft towel. Oh no, I hope you didn't drop it on the floor. Oops. Need to give the gifted memberships. Hopefully you're still there, Cleo. But in fairness, in terms of what you just said before, apologising to Strawberry is progression. It shows it is possible. You just need to keep that up. Okay, that mindset of acknowledging and knowing that Strawberry means you no harm and is positive to you and anybody else. There's no threat. There's no trouble. It's all under control. Okay? But most importantly, what's said here needs to be applied over time and in the future. Okay? I appreciate that, Cleo. I really do. What I will say is, and this is not meant in a negative way, okay? Just being honest with you, Cleo. If you do go against your words and you undo everything that you have done tonight, which has been really important as for progression within yourself, if you do go against it in time, and if there are any unfortunate encounters or, you know, if you do behave differently in a slightly negative way, honestly, I will be truly disappointed within you, okay? Because I do believe that you can move forwards, but if you do disrespect Strawberry or cause any additional unnecessary stuff towards me, I will be disappointed because I do put a level of care, time and effort in terms of providing perspective. And that can also apply on YouTube as well, as for the videos that I do with the different cases, okay? I am aware that there are many other strangers online through the different true crime cases where I've given perspective, okay? And people don't listen to me people just go against everything that I've said. I can make 2-hour-long videos, say what's said, try and help people, and then what do people do? They ignore it, and then they're stuck in an endless, repetitive cycle. They get nowhere, and nothing happens, nothing changes, and they're stuck, they're trapped, and they complain. But they had a chance, they had a way out. All they had to do was try and listen and take it on board with what I said, okay? So Cleo, you have that chance. It's going against myself. Bloody warm this. So you mean, Cleo, that you have to go against yourself, as in as a means of bettering yourself? That your previous current version is holding you back? But as long as there is a hunger, as long as there is an appetite to move forwards and to try and change, as long as you're constantly trying, that's what matters most. And you've already made the first step, Cleo, in regard to just simply acknowledging Strawberry as an actual person, right? And apologizing to them for how you may have come across in the past, right? Of course, you don't have to communicate with Strawberry, but if you are, and it's only negative, well, that's problematic, okay? One additional suggestion, Cleo, and I'm suggesting this to you so it can help you, okay? Because I'm sure that's what you want or what you would hope for. Is it possible, Cleo, to just right now, even as a test, and I don't mean a test in that sense, but just to see how it feels, is it possible, Cleo, for you to just simply say hi to Strawberry in the chat? Just a little hello to Strawberry directly. Are you able to do that, Cleo? Of course, other humans may be thinking, what? Why? Just like with true crime cases, there is a process to everything. Some processes are short, others are very long and extended. And in terms of the space and atmosphere, it's the right time to do it in the moment rather than when it's not live. But I think I'll be having a few days off rest from live streaming though after this. Okay. There we go. The important thing is to acknowledge, Cleo, is whilst you do, maybe message or leave comments to Strawberry, you don't have to, only if you want to. It's important to acknowledge is what you do is not as a means to impress me, nor should that be your goal, but your goal more so just to acknowledge them to help yourself. Because sometimes if you hold a level of resistance against someone, a certain darkness may remain trapped within you, which can make it harder on yourself. If by some chance you're able to let go and breathe, for example, just simply acknowledging Strawberry, like how you did, it will help you with time. Summer camp. Okay. The important thing is, Cleo, is whilst you try to move forwards naturally, and whilst you try, Cleo, to acknowledge Strawberry just like how you would treat anyone in a normal way, doesn't have to be anything fancy. It doesn't have to be all the time. It's about doing it for yourself. It's not about doing it for the love of me. It's about doing it for the love of yourself. Okay? What you need to remember, Cleo, is just in the space of a few hours or less, you've made more progress here than you have ever done before. Okay? And that's good. That's a positive. Well, hold that thought, Spencer. See how things go, okay? So I will end this live stream shortly just because I need to rest, okay? But Cleo, if you're still there, is there any final things you would like to say to me or maybe Strawberry directly? Anything? You're welcome, Cleo. Cleo, is there any final things you would like to say to Strawberry before I end this live stream? Anything you would like to say directly to Strawberry, Cleo, if you want? I'm just going to move this chair to the side, if I can. Oh, shit. It's a bit too tight. I'll have to put that top away afterwards, but then again, it might need airing just a little bit. Okay. Whew. Bye, Strawberry and Ref. You guys go get that universe. Whole galaxy, I think, and the solar system too. Take care, Jam Sandwich. Be a very important video coming out tomorrow, or at least when I've got time to do so. There we go. So Cleo says, have a good night, Strawberry. Okay. Just know, Cleo, naturally speaking, with how you are in this moment, okay, Cleo, I do respect you for that. Naturally speaking, it's just about trying to keep this up, Cleo. Not that you have to constantly respond back to people or message Strawberry as an example, but it's just about keeping up that type of behavior in a positive direction, because most importantly, it will help you over time, okay? It's not about me, it's about you. And this process is important to you individually. You've demonstrated it well tonight. Because, of course, not everybody else may believe in you in terms of changing, right? But what I think you've demonstrated tonight, okay? You've changed your mindset, your outlook. You've been able to acknowledge strawberry for the first time properly and in a positive way. That makes you a good person. Okay, Cleo? It's just about keeping that up for the sake of yourself, for the sake of your own health. It's something that will take time, but as long as you stay consistent with it, it is possible and it can get easier. And it will allow you to breathe more openly and do other stuff. Okay? So I will end the live stream now. Okay? I'll do a countdown. If there's any final thoughts, then we can go from there. Jam, I've learned a lot by following this Noah case. People are interesting. Yeah. Each case is different, but each case does attract different types of characters. Okay? I'll do the countdown now. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7. Wait, is Jam doing a countdown? 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And there we go. So, you take care, Cleo. You do what you need to do. And you remember your attitude tonight and your outlook of strawberry in a positive way. Try to keep that up. Try to be consistent. And it will help you over time for sure. Okay? So take care. It's just about being consistent, Cleo. What you did tonight and how you looked, and just simply acknowledging strawberry. Just try and keep that up, okay? More importantly, for yourself, because it will help. So, shout out to everyone that has watched, those that have remained all the way through, because it's been a long one tonight, but it was important. So, you're welcome, strawberry. So take care. I'll end the live stream now. And yeah, there we go.